Ever heard about a cake that's soaked in 3 different types of milk? Yes, you guessed it right. It's Tres Leches cake. This creamy delight hails from Latin America, carrying with it a rich cultural significance. The cake is a luscious concoction of a light sponge drenched in a 3-milk mixture. This trio of milks, typically condensed, evaporated, and whole milk, lends the cake its name and unique, irresistible texture. Now, wouldn't you love to learn how to make this delicious cake? Let's dive right in. Making Tres Leches starts with a simple sponge cake. First, gather your ingredients. You'll need 6 large eggs, a cup of sugar, a cup of all-purpose flour, and a teaspoon of baking powder. Remember, freshness is key in any baking endeavor, so ensure your ingredients are as fresh as can be. Now let's get down to business. Start by separating the egg yolks from the whites. In a large bowl, beat the egg yolks with 3/4 of the sugar until the mixture is light in color. In another bowl, whip the egg whites to soft peaks, gradually adding the remaining 1/4 cup of sugar. What you're aiming for is a glossy marshmallow-like consistency. Next, sift the flour and baking powder together and fold this into the egg yolk mixture. Be gentle here. You don't want to deflate all the air you've just whipped into your eggs. Now fold the egg whites into the batter. Again, be gentle. You're aiming for a light, airy mixture that will rise beautifully in the oven. Pour the batter into a prepared cake tin and bake in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 25 minutes, or until the cake is golden brown and a skewer inserted into the middle comes out clean. And voila, your sponge cake is ready for the next step. Now comes the fun part, preparing the 3-milk mixture. The name of the dessert, Tres Leches, translates from Spanish to 3 milks, and for good reason. Our trio of dairy consists of evaporated milk, condensed milk, and heavy cream. Each of these milks brings a different character to the table, or should we say to the cake. Evaporated milk is essentially milk that has had about 60% of its water content removed, resulting in a concentrated, creamy texture. Condensed milk, on the other hand, is sweetened and has a thick, syrupy consistency. It's going to add a delightful sweetness to our cake. The third member of our milk trio is heavy cream, also known as whipping cream. It's rich and luscious, and it's going to give our cake a velvety finish. Now let's get mixing. Combine equal parts of the evaporated milk, condensed milk, and heavy cream in a mixing bowl. Stir them together until they're well blended. Once your sponge cake has cooled down, take a skewer or a fork and poke holes all over the cake. This will allow the cake to absorb the milk mixture more efficiently. Then, slowly pour your 3-milk mixture over the cake, ensuring it seeps into every nook and cranny. Your cake is now soaking. Let's move on to the final touch. No cake is complete without a bit of frosting, right? So let's dive into the final stage of our Tres Leches cake, the frosting. For this, we'll be using a luscious whipped cream frosting. Start by taking heavy cream sugar and a dash of vanilla extract. Then, whisk it all together until it's light and fluffy. Now here comes the fun part. Take your fluffy cloud of whipped cream and slather it all over your milk-soaked sponge cake. Don't be shy about it. This frosting is what gives our cake its signature creamy contrast to the moist sponge. Once your cake is generously frosted, it's time for the final touch. A sprinkle of cinnamon or a scattering of fresh berries can add a pop of color and an extra layer of flavor. Now, remember, patience is a virtue. The cake needs to rest in the refrigerator before serving. This allows all the flavors to meld together beautifully. There you have it, your very own Tres Leches cake. Now that wasn't too hard, was it? We've journeyed through the delectable process of creating a Tres Leches cake. We've baked a light and airy sponge, soaked it in a luxurious 3-milk mixture, and topped it off with a luscious frosting. This cake embodies decadence in every bite. So go ahead, savor your creation, and share the sweetness with your loved ones. Enjoy your Tres Leches cake. And remember, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more delicious recipes.